talented. They could score as well. A big help with Javion Alston coming back off the bench, and excited to see how the Trojans use this lineup as the Panthers will win the tip. And Farias will start it off. They'll swing it around. Farias, jumper, missed. Rebound, thrown right back to Abel Rivera from Dunton. Abel Rivera gets to the blocks, double teamed, turns it over. Peterson, give it to Matt Kirby, and Trojans will set it up. Raul Perez goes in and out. We'll turn the ball over right back to the Panthers, and both of these teams love to score, and with that, you can see some turnovers rack up rather quickly between these two.
Yeah, they do, and you saw Shane Peterson come up with the first takeaway for UMO. He leads the Trojans in steals. That was his 10th steal of the season.
A good senior veteran that does just about anything, and good entry pass to Diaby for his first point of the game.
7 points, 5 rebounds a game for Abdul Diaby, and he opens up the scoring in today's matchup.
Kirby takes to the lane, shakes, bakes, punt fakes, and gets the layup to go. Matt Kirby will start the game off the same way he started the last game off, with this point of his own for the Trojans.
He gets a lot of points in the paint. You wouldn't expect that from a 5'9" point guard.
Good open three, in and out. Peterson can't quite hold the rebound. Dunton will get it. Perez will take the ball up. Perez, the Spaniard, spins, gets contact, doesn't get the layup to go. Grabs the rebound back, though. Till reset. Peterson, open three. No good. Rebound by Diaby.
Diaby there. Trojans rebound the basketball well this year, but there was no presence underneath the basket after the Peterson missed three.
Going to see a lot of veteran presence. 3 of the 5 players in this lineup for the Panthers are seniors, as well as 2 freshmen. A good lineup in college basketball with some seniors and obviously some talented freshmen, especially the way college sports are now. And it's going to be Abdul Rivera on the low block. Shot clock winding down. Will spin. Shot clock's going to run out. They're going to say he got it off. They're going to call a foul on the floor. It's going to be on Redford Dunton, his first.
Yeah, that was just a reach in for Dunton, trying to get some work done out on the low post, and just got whistled for the hammer.
Ferris will inbound. Looks for someone. Finds Jones, the leading scorer for this Panthers team. As Coach Pat Corrigan will call up a play as he takes it straight against Perez and gets the layup to go. Good finish.
Good body control by Gerren Jones in the air.
Referee almost got hit by that ball as they tried to find Peterson in the corner. Didn't have numbers, though. Dunton, his three is good. Big Red gets his day started with a three-pointer.
Trojans lead by 1 right off the bat here, 3 minutes into this game.
Look for a matchup to see as Farias against Kirby. Farias at 6'2", but he looks like he towers over Kirby. Good move there and good contact, and that's going to be Amarius Hunt. We're going to have a whistle. We're going to have a warning issued.
It's a delay of game warning. Once you score the basketball as an offensive player, you got to leave the ball alone. And the player Hunt who scored grabbed the basketball and just kind of moved it to the side, and that's a no-no, and it's just a warning.
The freshman from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, very talented, had good contact against them. Good pass in from Peterson. Gives it to Perez, gets the contact. Will get his foul, and he will go shoot 2.
Perez gets to the free throw line early and often in the ballgame as Diaby picks up the foul, his first. But Perez is one of those who's going to do all the gritty things. If he doesn't come out of a basketball game with red marks on his arms and maybe a bruise or 2, then he didn't play his typical style of basketball.
Perez from a place where basketball is very popular and it gets rowdy, and from Spain, and very good. And he's been such an impactful force for this Trojan team, and came last year as a freshman and put up good numbers. This year averaging 14 a game and 70% from the line as he missed the first one. And maybe a questionable almost lane violation. No call on the Panthers. Doesn't matter anyway. Trojans make the free throw. Kirby will pressure. Trojans like their press. They initiate it quite often. That's just the way Zach Grant plays. It's going to be contact on Perez. And he looks for explanation, but obvious contact. And Trojans will have their first substitution of the game as we're going to finally see Javion Alston back in action. Missed nearward of a month.
He called number 11 on the foul. There wasn't a number 11 on the court, so it was Perez. We just need to make sure that everybody was on the same page there.
Diaby will get the inbound. He'll attack on Alston. Gets the basket and one. Diaby has looked good in this early going. Gets his second bucket of the day. He's got 4 and a chance for more at the line.
And it was just Alston just reaching in. The freshman, as talented as he is, sometimes you got to move your feet. You got to keep up at this level of basketball, and we're going to have another stoppage here.
I think when you go about Alston, I think he's just got to get his feet back wet again. I mean, such a talented freshman that played very impactful in his couple games he played straight off the bat of the season. You know, starting at Wilmington, you know, he looked experienced, and, you know, after getting an injury, and Zach Grant even said he didn't know how much time he was going to miss, but coming back today and a good break for this Trojan team.
5 points right off the bat for Abdul Diaby, the senior.
Kirby looks inside where he does best work. Blocked at the rim. It will go back to the Panthers. Good block there by Amiris Hunt. It's the only problem you see with Kirby. He doesn't play his size, but when it comes down to a play where size truly plays a factor, such as arm length, and you can't shoot it over a 5'9" over a guy that's 5 feet taller, 5 inches taller than you, that is. Diaby gives it back to Jones. His 3 is good.
Hot start for the Ferrum Panthers in today's game. They've opened up a 6-point lead. Good movement of the basketball for Ferrum.
Multiple guys that can score at will, especially with Diaby coming. Wilson, a lot of contact, will get the foul, and that's going to take us to our first media timeout. Ferrum coming out hot, shooting over 55%, up 6 when we come back.
1926, Mount Olive pickles have been household staples across America and around the globe. Made in America, right here in Mount Olive, North Carolina, we have what you need, from dills to sour, spicy to sweet, as well as relishes and peppers. Visit us online at MountOlivePickles.com or come by and see us at our gift shop at the corner of Cucumber and Vine right here in Mount Olive, North Carolina. We hope you're enjoying the FCA Winter Classic, and happy holidays from Mount Olive Pickle.
Welcome back to Carnegie Arena for our second game of the day here. We saw the women's game go down to the wire, actually went into overtime, where we saw the women Panthers take down the women Trojans in a nail-biter. What a game we had there, and hoping for more of the same. Trojans down 6 at the moment. Kirby inbounds to Perez. He'll body bang with the right hook, leaves it short. Will rebound by the Panthers.
Noticed all the Trojans on offense moved out of the way and let Perez try to go one-on-one there. But if Perez doesn't make the shot, there's not going to be an effort there to rebound.
See no substitutions so far for the Panthers. They're still running their opening 5. Alston with the rebound. His first action. Attacks the basket and gets the foul. That's going to be on number 24, Amirius Hunt.
That's a great take. It was for UMO to drive there. Javion Alston understood that he had a bit of a size advantage there, got a good first step, draws the contact, will go to the free throw stripe.
Alston, who struggled with free throws in his first couple of games at 50%, makes the first one. And going to see number 14, MJ Winstead, come in, as well as Micah Jones and Christopher Brown. Was wondering how much play time Micah Jones was going to get, especially with Alston comes back. You see him come back in this opening 5 minutes. Zach Grant liked what he saw out of his first action of the season from him in the matchup against the Cobras.
A lot of that comes from practice as well. You can have great practices and earn playing time by what you do on the practice court.
Winstead looking for something. Defended by Alston. They'll give it up. Back to Diaby. It's going to be turned over by the Panthers, and back will go to the Trojans.
Yeah, good long arms from Sean Wilson and Javion Alston to create all kinds of havoc trying to find a pass there. The legs were wide open as well to block any kind of bounce pass.
Alston pass. Wilson jumper. Good. Sean Wilson, a good jumper off the free throw line, extended for his first points of the day and gets this lead back to 2. And now look at Anaba and Alstead, the two freshmen. Both have a lot of size, so good defensive lineup here for the Trojans. Won't go. Good fight for the rebound from Rivera.
Rivera was the only black uniform and 4 white uniforms to get the rebound.
He gets 2 offensive rebounds there and will get the foul, and foul will go on Christopher Brown as another foul will rack up for the Trojans.
That's a tough pill to swallow for Zach Grant there. You got 4 players of UMO trying to get a rebound against one Ferrum Panther, and he gets not just 1 but 2 offensive rebounds against 4 different Trojans there.
Rivera averages around 7 rebounds a game, shoots about 65% from the free throw line as he makes his first. Rivera
also shoots 60% from the floor, and that is incredible. He gets high percentage shots. Talked to his coach earlier today. He gets super high percentage shots, and that's why he shoots 6 out of 10 is going to go in from the floor.
And when you average 16 points a game, that's fantastic numbers. And Ferrum's entry to the conference, guy on the watch list early on, Brown, jab step, his corner 3, misses. Rebound by the Panthers. They will push the pace, and that just turns it over. Alstead gets it. Will feed it to Jones. Back to Alstead. His layup is good. Good pass from Jones.
Another great freshman, 6'6" freshman, Christian Ananaba coming in. Leads the Trojans in block shots with 5 of them, but a good finish running the court there.
Trojans will bring back pressure. They'll look to inbound as he kind of slipped, but it's going to be a foul.
Yeah,
on
got the
Sean
feet
Wilson.
tangled up. Wilson got his foot in there, and it was an accidental trip, but a trip nevertheless, and that'll be a foul.
5th foul for the Trojans. On the Trojans, that is. We're about 6 minutes through this first half of action. So, double Rivera. They're going to say it goes off the knee of a Trojan and will remain Panthers basketball.
Good defense by Sean Wilson and Christian Anaba there. They were able to put the trap on the baseline using the out of bounds as the 3rd defender, and it worked other than the basketball just going off of one of the Trojan knees.
They'll give it back to Rivera. Gives it back to Winstead. Winstead drives to the basket. And they're going to call a tie. They're going to say that ball got tied up, and possession arrow goes to the Trojans. Good defense again by the Trojans. We're going to have Ferris will come back into the game.
UMO's active today with the feet and the hands defensively, giving a great effort here in the opening 6.5 minutes.
See, something you don't really see from the Trojans is forcing turnovers like that in the half-court set. You see it sometimes with the trap, but that's exactly what Coach Grant wants his team to improve on. It's a lot of physical contact, and we're going to call that on MJ Winstead, the freshman.
First personal foul on Winstead. 4th team foul against the Panthers of Ferrum College.
Looks like we're probably going to see some free throw shooting for both of these teams here sooner than later, and Trojans, a relatively good free throw shooting team, and that's a good drive there. Micah Jones as he's continuing to look more and more comfortable this season. Trojans will tie the game. Trap split.
7 different Trojans have scored the basketball, and a big 3 is knocked down on the backside.
It's going to be Sterling Charles, the senior from Winston-Salem, his first basket of the game on a corner 3. Jones spins, razzle-dazzle. Christopher Brown takes it to him. The floater goes out, but draws the foul.
Second foul, or rather first foul, on LaPumba.
Pumba, the transfer from College of Southern Idaho, averages just about a half point a game. That is wrong. Rapumba has not been in the stat sheet this year. So, first action for LaPumba of the season.
A nice addition coming off the bench for head coach Patrick Corrigan as Christopher Brown made the first free throw.
And Brown will make the second free throw as we're going to see him come out immediately for Redford Dunton. As the Trojans will go back to this pressure on the defensive end. They will inbound it. And Amiris Hunt just throws the ball away, and that's what you want from the Trojans. That's why you send the trap, is to try to speed them up and make uncharacteristic turnovers like that.
Yeah, that was. It was just an unforced error there, but it all started because of the Trojan pressure. Active again are the Trojans here today on the defensive side, and that's a really positive sign.
You like to see teams that can defend when they need to and also score at will. Kirby, good drive, finishes with the left hand. Matt Kirby, his 4th point of the game so far.
Gives the Trojans a 1-point lead, 12.5 to go in the first half.
That's such a Matt Kirby kind of score there. You know, drives in, facilitates the offense. Another open 3 is good. It's going to be Sterling Charles again, his second 3 of the game. He's up to 6 points now.
Averages just 3 a game, so getting extra out of him already here in the first half.
A really good 3-point shooter is Charles. Kirby will get the screen, will step it back, loses control a bit. Peterson drives, and they're going to say it was deflected, so it will stay with the Trojans. And there's going to be no play call because it's going to be an under 12 timeout. Trojans down 2 here in a good game here on our Saturday afternoon. I'm Adam Hill alongside Alex Hayden. We'll be back here on the Trojan Sports Network.
NCAA Division II Community Engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
We welcome you back to Carnegie Arena, 20-18. Ferrum College shows the way. It's a Saturday afternoon Conference Carolina matchup. Privileged to welcome to the broadcast James Land, the voice of the Francis Marion University Patriots. How are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, welcome to the University of Mount Olive. What brings you this way?
A couple of reasons. One, to meet you from all of your experience that you've had on the Motor Racing Network, which is the NASCAR broadcasts throughout the spring and fall months, but also to catch a pretty good Conference Carolinas game between Mount Olive and Ferrum for both the women and the men. The women had a really close finish there. Couldn't quite pull it out there in the last couple of minutes of overtime, but that was a heck of an effort to bring it to overtime like they did with that 3-pointer at the buzzer at regulation.
Yeah, they were. As Perez gets his first field goal of the game to go along with a free one. He's now got 3 points, but to have Francis Marion University right down the road from us, down Interstate 95, off today as far as home sports go with basketball. Patriots season, what's things looking like as you shape up for the heart of conference play?
At least for the women, we're currently, I can't remember if we're 5-1 or 6-1, but our only loss was against the Coker Cobras up in Pembroke, North Carolina, in which Coker is number 10 in the nation, so that's not a bad loss to have. But Francis Marion looking to try to rebound after narrowly losing out on a Conference Carolinas championship last year to the Belmont Abbey Crusaders from a late basket in March of last year, and they're well on the way to doing just that. Now, for the men, it's been kind of an up-and-down stretch over the last couple of seasons. One of their most recent losses was against these Mount Olive Trojans down in Florence. A really close battle. Patriots nearly completed a second-half comeback, but a late timeout, shades of Chris Webber for the Michigan Wolverines in 1993. A timeout call with none left ended up derailing the Patriots, and Mount Olive was able to get the last two free throws, technical foul free throws, to be able to win that game. So the Patriots still kind of spinning their wheels right now, but hopefully they'll be able to get something going, especially over the next three road games: Georgia Southwestern, Chowan, and USC Aiken, before returning home on New Year's Eve against Wingate.
Got a lot going on here in this one, back and forth. These two schools are going. Ferrum getting a lot of second looks at it. Right wing threes, bounces off the back of the iron and falls right through as the three is good by Farias. That's his first hoop of the afternoon. 27-23. Panthers lead the Trojans here, so we just passed the halfway point of half number one. Visiting with James Land, the voice of the Francis Marion University Patriots. The winter sports, as we're in the meat of it right now, there's just a different feel when you step out on campus here at UMO. I'm sure it's the same at FMU.
Yeah, absolutely, because kind of like Mount Olive, basketball is one of our flagship sports for both women and men. Francis Marion does not have a football team, so you could say that basketball is our flagship sport. We have homecoming coming up on February 7th against Belmont Abbey, and then we have another big-time matchup coming up on January 7th for the women and the men against UNC Pembroke, the Battle of I-95. We have a big-time rivalry with UNC Pembroke for a couple of reasons. One, because they're close to us, and two, because both Francis Marion and UNC Pembroke have had really good athletic programs over the last several years, with all of their sports excelling, winning several conference championships and making deep runs in NCAA tournaments.
Well, listen, I appreciate you stepping in and spending a few minutes with us. We'll let you get back and enjoy the game. We'll chat here once things wrap up.
All right. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. That's James Hand. He is the voice of the Francis Marion University Patriots, joining us here today at the University of Mount Olive. 9:19 to go here in this one. Here's a steal by UMO, working their way right back up, and a quick personal foul is called. UMO will go to the line to shoot two more. 27-23 on this one. The foul is going to be called on Rivera. That'll be his first. I'm Alex Hayden. Adam Hill alongside his Trojans trading buckets here with the Panthers back and forth in a bit of an offensive exchange.
Trojans cannot rebound the basketball, and Zach Grant is not having it. And now we're really seeing some action out of this guy from Wofford and transfer from Dante Kissenhofer, the 6'9", and you saw Alex Grant Zach Grant not happy at all with his team on the rebounding side of things, and made a quick substitution. Is that in and out?
Dante Kissenhofer gets one of two, and that's his first free throw attempts here of the season. Cuts the lead down to three. Some more pressure put on now by the Trojans.
Ferris looking, gets the screen. We'll step back. We'll shoot the three. It's good. Rodrigo Ferris, the freshman from Queens, New York, gets the three. So the lead will extend to 6. Kirby crosses back. Gives the Kissenhofer. He gets the contact, misses the layup. And that's a good look inside for the Trojans, just not going.
Got a hand check call here against Shane Peterson. Tight defense. They let it go the first time and not the second, though. But, yeah, having a big, wide body, a 6'9" sophomore, big shoulders and broad, Dante Kissenhofer for UMO. This is a nice pickup for Zach Grant in a big front court presence down in the paint.
Absolutely. With all the guards they have, it's so nice to have him come off the bench. As Trojans will go to zone. We saw this a little bit against Coker. Something new Zach Grant's brought in, and it's going to be an open corner three. They will miss it, and another offensive rebound for the Panthers.
Their 10th offensive rebound of the ball game.
It's going to be Ferris, another three, and Zach Grant is losing his mind. Yet another offensive rebound resulting in points.
Third three-pointer by Farias. He's got 9.
Good drive. Kirby leaves it long. There's going to be a lot of people on the floor, and it's going to be a foul against the Panthers.
It's a lot of contact down there, and the second one is the one that drew the whistle, but there were bodies all over the place as the personal foul is going to be called.
Got to give product kudos to the Panthers, though. Have been able to rebound on the glass. We're going to go to our under 8 timeout. The Panthers have extended the lead to 9. Trojans looking to come back here when we come back.
Play with great love. They play with great passion today. Let it rip, let it rip, let it rip. Do it for one another. Together, 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 together.
Network. Trojans have been out-rebounded in almost every way. And, Alex, what do the Trojans have to do to let this run kind of get back in sync and lock back in?
They want it. They got to get the basketball. They got to want the basketball on the boards down there. Their shot selection is decent for UMO, but if you're not making it, you got to have a chance for second chance points, and UMO has not been able to do that. Getting out-rebounded 18-4 is UMO here in this one.
And the Trojans usually a decent rebounding team as they are smaller, and Dante Kisenhofer makes both and cut the lead back to 7. See on the floor now, it's going to be Oliver Roberts, a freshman, Peterson, Kisenhofer, Alston, and Kirby. That's going to be your 5 for the Trojans.
It's a good job by Kisenhofer to push him out and keep him deep, but you got to give credit for the battle down there to Rivera.
Rivera has a very quick first step, and it's a little bit too quick for Kisenhofer, and he just kind of ran through and see him. I don't know if they called that foul on him or not.
Yeah, they did. They got Kisenhofer with it, and that's his first personal foul.
The line will go Rivera.
65% free throw shooter on the season for Alfredo Abel Rivera. The senior leads the team in block shots, field goal percentage, 16 points a game, 6 rebounds. Does a lot of good things.
Got 3 offensive rebounds tonight. 2 of them were on 1 possession. He makes the first one in.
3 points on the game. All of them have come from the free throw line.
Trojans will make a substitution as well, as it's going to be Inanaba coming in, as well as Christopher Brown. Provides the Trojans a good defensive spark and a good defensive lineup, and that's what they've been capable to do, and a lot of good additions from Zach Grant over this offseason. Surround the supporting cast of Kirby and Perez. As Kirby will take it up, guarded closely.
It's a lack of energy in Carnegie Arena. This team is down 9 points. It's been a quiet 9-point lead being built by Ferrum. It hasn't been flashy by any stretch. They're just doing a lot of good fundamental basketball things, and they have taken this crowd out on a Saturday afternoon.
Very quiet on the bench as well. Trojans haven't had much to get excited for. Need to get a run going before the Panthers suck the life out of them. It's going to be Ferris. He'll feed it into Rivera. The spin is good. The lefty hook gets it to go as he extends the lead to 11 now.
It's his first field goal of the game. Can't allow him to get hot if you're UMO.
Brown in the post. Tightly guarded. Jab step from Ananaba. He'll feed it back to Alston. Will post up against Rivera. Gets the contact. Almost gets the bucket too, but will shoot 2 at the line.
It's a great take. It really is for the freshman. Play one-on-one, just post basketball. Back his man down. Picks up the foul on Rivera. That's number 2 on Rivera.
Kudos to the Trojans for getting to the line in this game. Have already shot 10 free throws with 14 minutes in, and that's what the Trojans can be so good at when they make their free throws and get to the line. 3-ball hasn't necessarily been falling. They're shooting about 40% from 3. Trojans just have to settle down. Get some rebounds, get the good looks, and play fundamental basketball.
52% shooter from the line, and Javion Alston is 4 for 4 here tonight.
Trojans just beat on the touchdown pass. Good job by Oliver Roberts, though, not giving up on the play as it's going to be Farias missing the layup. Brown gives it back to Alston, misses the dunk. Almost got this crowd right back into it.
Got an injured Ferrum player. Might be hamstring injury right now for Eden Davis. He has grabbed the back of his right thigh, and he is going to hobble his way to the bench.
That's not what you want to see. Eden Davis, the grad, has not had a great start to this year, but played in this university, played in this conference. Young Harris transfer. As he gets checked out of the game. To inbound will be Hunt, guarded by Kirby. Farias will take it against McLam. McLam needs to get going, too, for this Trojan team. It's going to be Charles. Back to Farias. Will spin, drives, gives it out. It's going to be Charles, another 3. No good. Rebound, Alston. He'll push. Ananaba. Brown, open 3. In and out. Good fight for it is Ananaba as he gets the offensive rebound. Kirby, pull-up jumper. No good. Trojans fight for it on the glass. Can't get it. They're going to call a foul on the Trojans. It's going to be on number 4, Christian Anaba. That's going to put the Panthers in the bonus still, and they will shoot.
First foul on Ananaba. Nobody has more than 1 for UMO. Problem is there have been 8 players commit personal fouls here, and we're going to have 1-and-1 coming up.
That's better down the stretch, obviously, but at this rate, the Trojans need to get it back so we can talk about going down a stretch. A 9-point lead. So there will be a 10-point lead now, and it's going to be G.Jones, the leading scorer overall for the season.
18 points a game. He leads the team in steals. He shoots 46% from behind the three-point arc as well.
That's something we've really seen with this Ferrum team this season is efficiency. You know, you talked about Riviera scoring around 65% from free throw and 60% from the field. A really efficient team. As it's going to be Christopher Brown using his body. Gives up to Alston. Will get the layup to go.
Great pass.
Great pass. And getting it to single digits. It's another lot of contact there. And this is a silly foul by the Trojans. It's going to be Christian Anaba, and I think it's going to be his second.
It is. Christian Anaba. I mean, you're aggressive on the sideline. I get it. But when you play a lot of players, you expect a lot of effort and a lot of hustle out there. And Zach Gerren will absolutely take that foul, trying to make something happen defensively.
Another good thing about Alston coming back is the depth. And, you know, you look at the Trojan bench and you see Dunton, Perez, even Oliver Roberts. And to have those guys on a bench in this league, in this conference, is just so valuable. And if this team can really get on the same page offensively and especially defensively as well, you know, this team can make a push down the stretch.
Yeah, they can. They've got to play cohesively and come up with defensive stops, and you got to be able to convert more times than not on the offensive end.
Micah Jones running point now for the Trojans. McLam trying to get something going. He'll take a big drive, gets contact, can't get to go. The foul's going to be on Amarius Hunt.
Second personal foul on Hunt, the freshman. You got to credit Ferris College here in this first half. They haven't done anything highlight-wise, but they have methodically built a lead here and have taken the air right out of Carnegie Arena.
I mean, you could tell me that there's 10 people in this arena, and I would honestly probably believe it. We have a nicely packed house today, and the Trojans just have not really been able to get anything going. It's been sloppy basketball, and the energy has been lacking. And
well, in the UMO team, this is a team that likes to get out and run and rebound, get in transition, and get up and down the court. But you got to credit the Panthers, their style of play. They've been playing half-court basketball and dictating the pace of play and controlling things. And when you make shots on the offensive end, it makes that dictation of pace that much more simple.
Good move by Hunt there. But not only that is the offensive – it's going to be stuck, and it's going to be a possession arrow, and will stay with the Panthers. But not only that, but the offensive glass rebounding has forced the Trojans to crash the boards and not been able to run in transition. It's been really has to make the Trojans run half-court offense. And that's not what the Trojans prefer to do. They like to run in transition. They like to get open looks from three. And when they have to set up and have to play slow because they have to crash the glass so they can get a rebound, it's makes them struggle. And we've seen in the early going, and Sean Wilson gets his team in transition now. Almost turns it over, gets the layup to go. Good job by Sean Wilson staying with the ball, and we're going to have a timeout by Pat Corrington. His first, as we are almost a fifth of the way through. We're here in Carnegie Arena. We'll be back on the Trojan Sports Network.
The legacy began in 1973. That was the year NCAA Division II was born. And since the very first day, our division has shaped generations of student athletes with a true sense of academics, athletics, and community. That is 5 decades of graduations, championships, teamwork, and personal development. 50 years of shaping student athletes into world-class leaders. NCAA Division II. Our division, our legacy.
Welcome back to the Trojan Sports Network in Carnegie Arena for our last matchup in Carnegie Arena in the year of 2025. Trojans down 7 at the moment. Just credit to the Panthers have just played their pace of the game, and Trojans have been trying to speed them up, and they just split the trap there, and a good finish by Diaby.
9 points now for Abdul Diaby, and Trojans tried to come up with something defensively there, but we've talked about it a lot with UMO basketball.
It's going to be a charge, yeah.
Lowered his shoulder on that one, but the Trojans like the pressure, but if they don't come up with a steal immediately, they give up a lot of easy points on the other end.
And we saw them kind of cut back on that against Coker. It started almost a half-court trap defense instead of a full, and we see it again there, and it just gets split, and really don't see the use for that needed unless you have to force a turnover at that point in the game. You're going to see it again here. It's Micah Jones. They give it back to Ferris. It's been good today. 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. He'll step it back for another one. Misses, and they're going to call an offensive foul. Will go back to the Trojans. Micah Jones likes that one, and he's going to go to the line. Diaby's second foul. Now in the double bonus. Micah Jones on the season. Not shot a free throw yet until then. So Micah Jones now at 100% on his career, and now he's at 50. Misses the second. Rebound by the Panthers.
Well, the Trojans are making some free throws here today, but got to come up with a little more. I got to find some kind of an answer. They're shooting the ball well, getting some decent looks at it, shooting 43.5% from the field, but they're not getting rebounds when they miss.
Good feed there, and that gives it back to, it's going to be Diaby, and that puts him in double-digit scoring. Good drive there from Jones, just turns it over. Lead at 10 now for the Panthers, and they've just ran this game on both ends. Rebounding, defensively, offensively, and they've just been able to do whatever they want. Credit to Pat Corrigan. Jones drives right past Perez for the layup to go.
It's a good basketball team from Ferrum. It's tough to see as a 1-5 basketball team. They do a lot of really nice things. Very, very well coached team and a very good fundamental basketball team.
They have a lot of size to them as well, as McLam was able to answer right back on the good jumper.
It's the lead back down to 10 now.
For the Trojans, you want this lead around 5 or 6 going into the break, and things like that can't let the lead happen. Get down that lead, and that's going to be Pharisees with the layup to put the lead back up to 12. The jumper from Wilson is good, and credit the Trojans. These last couple possessions have been good offensively, but this trap has just been broken time and again. They go out of it here.
That's a good idea, just to show something different. You don't do the trap, but you still put the pressure on.
Makes that shot clock wind down a little bit. Hunt the spin move. Will try to give it up and throws it straight out of bounds with 1:44 to go, as it will be Brown, Kirby, and Peterson coming back in. Surround them with Perez and Dunton. Ferrum's going to try to get a sub off, not going to get it.
Oh, ball had already been handed to the Trojan player to be inbounded.
Kirby looks around. Perez, the ball fake. Turns it over. Another Trojan turnover.
Yeah, good hands defensively by the Panthers of Ferrum College there, and that is the 4th turnover for UMO.
Here's Knowledge Rubin, transfer from Lincoln University.
Second hand check foul going to be called on Shane Peterson here. Officials have been watching him closely, and they've gotten him twice now.
And now that's going to send the double bonus to the line, and it's going to be shooting. It's going to be Gerren Jones, the leading scorer.
88% shooter is Jones.
He makes the first one.
10 points in the game now. He's the 3rd Panther to reach double digits in scoring here today. He's got 10, Diaby has 13, and Farias has 11.
We talked about that in the beginning of the broadcast about how the Panthers can score in so many different ways, and the Trojans can too, but really need to see Dunton and, in fact, Jefferson McLam to get going too. Trojans just haven't had a dominant score.
So in the fact that the Panthers are perfect from the free throw line at 11-11.
Good move from Dunton, just leaves it completely short. So we'll go the other way. It's going to be Charles who gives it back to Winstead, who's going to kind of set it up as we're under 60 seconds to go in this first half of action.
This one beginning to slip through the grasp of UMO.
A lot of contact there. Perez will take it. 2-on-1. Trojans have numbers. Kirby will finish with the layup with the left hand. Good job by Perez running that fast break. They will set up pressure. See if they're just going to send pressure to let the shot clock kind of wind down a little bit.
Yeah, just a basic full court man-to-man defense. They just pick up and they just run with the player they're assigned to guard.
Thought about the step back. We'll give it back to him, and a good finish.
Great give and go.
Gerren Jones acting like he's going to do a step-back three, gives it up and gets it back 4-2 as there's going to be 10 seconds left. Kirby gives it to Perez, 6 now. Dunton, McLam, corner three, won't go. Kirby will get it. Kirby will put it up with seconds left and beats the buzzer. Matt Kirby cuts the lead from 12-10 with the last second buzzer. Trojans have been struggling.
And score a couple of points here right off the bat. And Ferrum does. That could be a big problem for the University of Mount Olive. But again, I caution everybody, this Trojan team can score a lot of points in a short amount of time. So it doesn't take a whole lot for them to get back and get on top.
Trojans will switch up the lineup a little bit from the start of the game. They'll bring in Javion Alston, the freshman, in his return, instead of Redford Dunton. Besides that, it's the same 5. Trojans will set it up. Kirby hands it off. Peterson to the rack. Passes up. They're going to call foul on the floor. A good start for the Trojans. Good little play call. Oh, gives, and eventually a go from Shane Peterson and gets the foul.
Third personal foul on Amaris Hunt. For the 6'2 freshman, that's a big third foul. 4 points in the game for Hunt, but he's been one of those getting a lot of rebounds.
So give it back to Peterson. Perez drives. 10 on the shot clock now. McLam thought about a 3.
Good defense again by the Panthers.
Really good half-court defense. Kirby puts one up. Won't go. Rebound Panthers. And again, now this just lets the Panthers settle back into that offense and go to pace. Really good half-court defense, as you mentioned, Alex, by the Panthers.
It was. They were able to be a step in front of the offense. They almost like they knew what the play was.
Drive by Jones. Won't go. And this is where the Trojans can thrive. In transition, McLam attacks. Gets the layup. Won't go. Another rebound. And hitting that back rim about 3 times, as you saw the miss from McLam, Kirby, then Peterson, and he gets fouled.
4th foul on Amaris Hunt. He's picked up 2 quick ones here. But, yeah, the Trojans had 3 looks at it. A 3-on-1 transition, which is Trojan style of basketball. They missed the first, missed the second, missed the third, and they finally get a foul and missed the free throw.
Well, to the Trojans' credit, at least that racks up the rebound total a little bit more on 2 offensive rebounds. Not sure if that's how Zach Grant envisioned his team's rebounding going up and improving, but Peterson makes 1 of 2. The lead is cut back to single digits as Trojans. Something was said from Zach Grant about switching something, but it was in code words, so I did not understand it. Panthers will set it up.
He was audibling out of whatever defense he had set up coming out of the made free throw. He wanted to get away from it.
A lot of contact there into the body of Perez. Layup won't go. Good physical rebound by Perez. Kirby coming up the floor. Drives. Right hand. Lots of contact. No call. Kirby gets it. Well, does not get it back. Because that's a lot of contact. Get the idea Kirby was going for, but a little early in the shot clock. Alston will guard. So throw it to the corner. It's going to be Sterling Charles. Didn't start in this first half, but just recently came in. Alston pushed the pace. Peterson to the hoop. Makes the layup, and this is where the Trojans need to thrive in transition.
First field goal of the game for Shane Peterson, and UMO comes right out and gets a couple of quick points. Free throw from Peterson a while ago, gets the layup on this one. UMO now starting to make Ferrum College be just a little bit on their heels.
Need to do something on the defensive end, though, because Ferrum is getting the looks they want. See a good switch there and just gets Kirby on that low block, and Kirby only at 5'9". Peterson will try the corner 3, won't go. Can't grab the offensive rebound either, as, like you said, won't even see Diaby push the pace. Trojans, that situation, if that was Perez grabbing the rebound, would run the floor. Diaby hands it back, and see a little mismatch down low as the 3. They're going to call a foul, and they're going to call that on Shane Peterson.
His 3rd.
That's going to be 3 free throws now for Gerren Jones, who's been very good from the free throw line this year.
88% shooter from the line, 4-4 tonight for Gerren Jones.
13 points as well for the leading scorer of the Panthers.
It's like somebody brought a syringe and just sucked the life right out of Carnegie Arena here, the way this one is gone.
Haven't heard this place this quiet in a long time, and Trojans just haven't hit many threes. And, something in basketball that gets you excited is a good open three from the corner, and just none of that really happening. Trojans 2 for 9 from three. As an early sub for Coach Zach Grant is it's going to be Peterson and McLam coming out for Micah Jones and Christopher Brown. Christopher Brown needs to get going for this Trojan team. A guy that is like a Swiss Army knife, can do just about anything. And for the Trojans as a whole, haven't done anything, as all three will go down from Gerren Jones.
16 points now for Jones, averages 18 a game, and the lead has gone to 12 points just like that.
Look to see a primary scorer. We talked about this in the women's game. Couldn't really find somebody that can score when they need it, and Trojans got to do something as Alston, step back jumper won't go. Brown can't fully crab it as Ferrum will slow it back down to their offense. And credit to a 1-5 team just coming in here with all the confidence in the world. And they said, we're going to run our style of play, and that's what they've done.
They have executed exactly the game plan they hope to be able to execute.
We're going to say stepped out of bounds will be Trojan ball.
It's a nice job defensively down on the baseline from Raul Perez. Just simply hold your ground with your left foot up against the out-of-bounds line. If the offensive player needs the ball, then he's going to have to go out of bounds with it.
I wonder now if the Trojans don't often see Micah Jones and Matt Kirby on the floor at the same time. Usually Jones comes in to replace Kirby, as Perez will spin and get the layup to go. Almost rimmed out. Perez gets to the rim and gets his spot. But back to my thought, thinking about Micah Jones, think he's in here to set up Matt Kirby. Matt Kirby can be so good off the drive, create space well. Obviously, Micah Jones is not a true primary scorer here, but some action and some hustle, and Trojans defensively just get split yet again.
8 points now for Rivera.
Jones.
And it's easy dribble penetration, and the help defense from UMO leaves somebody open. Credit the Panthers. Again, they're finding the open player on the half court.
Silly turnover from Christopher Brown. Nobody in the area, and this also winds time of the clock. You see, Ferrum has no rush to push the pace, whatever this game. They settle into their half-court offense, and something we really haven't seen this year is a team just dominate the Trojans in the half-court offense.
UMO averages 91 points a game. They've got 48 on the board, closing in on the 6-minute mark.
Gonna see Kiesenhofer come back in for a little bit more size. We're gonna have our under 16 timeout. Trojans offense still like the weather outside, ice cold, trying to find a rhythm here when we come back.
My daddy plays for me. My daddy helps me with my homework. I want to go to University of Mount Olive, like my dad.
We are back on the Trojan Sports Network. I'm Adam Hilb. Alongside me, Alex Hayden. As Panthers have had their car in steady state and in cruise control about 70 miles an hour this whole game, and have done whatever they want, Alex, pretty much.
Yeah, they have, because they've been able to get a lot of rebounds. They're out rebounding UMO 2-1. It's 27-14 on the rebounding board, but more importantly, they're making shots. They're making 51% of their shots here in the ballgame.
Now the question is for UMO, who's going to step up? McLam, lots of contact, and it's going to be the fourth foul now on the Panthers in this opening 5 minutes.
That's on number 2 on Farias. So Rodrigo Farias, the sophomore, picks up his second personal.
One thing the Trojans are doing well in this second half is making them get into foul trouble. running up this foul sheet. The Trojans only have fouled once so far. If they can get into the bonus and keep them out of it, they can get something going here. Shot clock's under 10. McLam turns, spins, fades away. No good. Good rebound from Kiesenhofer and the foul.
Kiesenhofer has 5 points off the bench. That's his first field goal of the ball game. Talked about him towards the end of the first half when they put him in the game. He's a big, wide body down in the paint, and they just proved that getting a second chance opportunity for Kiesenhofer, and he's going to try to convert for a three-point play.
Kiesenhofer, his first basket as a Trojan. He's played, this is his third game now. He misses his free throw. Trojans down 10. They'll give it to Charles. Swings it back. Rivera, open three. It's good.
Big, big three, and that is the fourth three-pointer by Farias.
Credit to Farias, has made a lot of open threes, and Trojans miss a layup, and lots of contact will remain with the Panthers. A lot of contact on the rim. Trojans lucky that wasn't a foul call, but
yeah, Patrick Corrigan, a 4-year head coach for Ferrum College, it made a point during the last free throws when it was quiet with one of the officials. The fouls are lopsided right now. 5 fouls have been called against Ferrum, only 1 against UMO here in the second half.
A lot of credit to Pat Corrigan, Cole Morris, and Josh Reeves, because they've done a great job with this Ferrum team. And if anybody has watched the Ferrum game this year, they know that this team is so much better than the record shows. And they almost get the look there, and they're going to get an open three again. He drains it. Another open three. It's Gerren Jones that gets the look there as the lead's gone to 16. McLam will try to answer. He will. Timeout right away. Zach Grant got to fix this defensively, and we will be back here after a short break on the Trojan Sports Network.
Loving you is where it's at. You've made me so very happy. I'm so glad you came into my life.
Welcome back to Carnegie Arena. Just saw Ferrum and Mount Olive trade three-pointers at the end of that sequence. That was going to be called a media timeout. So we're going to have a lot of runnage till a stoppage of play as Zach Grant has called his second timeout and now has 2 remaining. And Alex, you're not very fond of that. Tell us why.
Well, just from my point of it, I'm certainly not the head coach of the team. Zach is. He can do what he wishes, but you're going to need those timeouts. You're down in the ball game right now. You may need to use those timeouts late in this game. Got 2 left in your hip pocket with 13 and a half minutes still to go in this game. Throw in a couple of media timeouts, but the fact is you just traded three-pointers, and now you get a quick turnover here. You don't know what would have happened if it did not call timeout, but you got a little pep, and you finally got some noise in the arena, and you called timeout and stopped all of it.
As Alex mentioned, though, there's a reason we're in the booth and not on the side of the bench. As McLam again is good. Back-to-back threes for Jefferson McLam as the Trojans have got this lead to 10. Still nothing really from the crowd, though. Trojans have not quite it close enough. In this lead, they've hung around 6-10. It's the lowest it's really got. They get a switch.
Ferrum again, methodical in the half-court offense, working the shot clock down to single digits.
It's under 10 now. It's going to be Ferris. Drives, wide open, 3, no good. Can't grab the rebound.
And then commit the foul on the backside. Couldn't get the rebound. Kiesenhofer couldn't get two hands on it, and then commits a personal foul. That's just kind of the story of the game today. UMO's had a couple of opportunities, and they had get something positive to go their way, a missed shot there, and an opportunity for a rebound, but can't control it, and then commit a foul and give Ferrum College a chance for more points.
It's going to bring Diaby to the line. Shoots about 61% from the line.
1 for 1 in the game today, 15 points already.
He makes his first. Wondering how the Trojans are going to get something going defensively. It feels like once they find something, there's an open three in the corner. So
something else to keep in mind is Ferrum College. Well, that was their first miss of the game from the free throw line. 15 of 16 now from the line. So they've been doing all the little things correctly.
Yeah, offensive foul. You saw good call there by the referee. He was right on it. Christopher Brown just saw Kirby was getting almost harassed there by Ferris, and he comes over there, sets a screen right away, and going to be moving screen, and Sean Wilson's going to come in the game now.
Christopher Brown just trying to get an explanation from the official. What do you want me to do to not get called for the foul? It's a good piece of officiating when a player as polite as Christopher Brown is, just ask the question, help me, coach me, and the official obliges. That's a nice piece of officiating.
These officials have been very good through these two games. You saw Joey Higginbotham asking a lot of questions in the last game, and they were giving him the answer. They weren't dodging him. It's another three off, and the Panthers probably should stop forcing threes. They've kind of sped up their offense a little bit, it feels like. Perez thought about driving, gives it to Wilson. Wilson back to McLam. His three is good. Jefferson McLam starting to get hot from three. His third of the half. And the Trojans needed that. The Trojans need somebody to get going, and McLam, a confident player, want him to stay in that mindset. Trojans need to stop now.
Commit the foul. Tripping call coming up against UMO. Matt Kirby should get this call.
I'm with Zach Grant. I'm fine with that. You saw Farias kind of mess up his dribble there, and it intrigued the Trojans, and they went over there, and Kirby tried to be extra aggressive and gets called with the foul. It's actually going to be Sterling Charles who was dribbling that one up.
See if Mount Olive can come up with a quick takeaway. They've been aided by the last two offensive possessions by the Panthers to get quick shots off, something that Ferrum College has not done in this basketball game, and that's something UMO would love to have start happening on a regular basis now.
Just something I'm realizing now. Jefferson McLam has 13 points. Obviously, 9 of them have just came in the last 3 real scoring possessions from the Trojans, but you don't take him out of this game anytime soon. You have to find something scoring-wise, and good defense here from the Trojans. Shot clock goes to under 10 now. Kirby's on him. It's going to be Winstead. His pull-up, Jay. No good. Good rebound from Brown as he'll push. Gives up to Perez. Perez gets the foul. Are they going to counter or call it on the ground? Referees will meet up. I think they're going to call it on the ground. They probably should call this on the floor.
Yeah, one official says no. He didn't get it while shooting.
That's going to be on the floor as we're going to go, looks like, to our under 12 timeout. We'll be right back on the Trojan Sports Network. Trojans trying to cut into this lead.
Hey, look, this would be a great spot for a second location.
Hey, good news. We got the contract.
Hey, the merger is on. We've got 3 months.
Better call Southern.
Better call Southern.
Better call Southern. Hey!
Hey,
We are back on the Trojan Sports Network. Coming on a break, it's been ruled that the foul was on the floor. So they're trying to get the attention of the referee to come over to the scores table. Don't know who they called that foul on.
He doesn't either because he said number 4, but there is no number 4 wearing a black Ferrum uniform.
Number 14, he meant NJ Winstead. Very common mistake. You see half of the jersey and you stick with that, but Trojans don't get the and one to go. Obviously they shouldn't, but Raul Perez will work in the post. Spins, left hook, won't go. Right there is Christopher Brown for the basket. Lead down to 6 now.
And an offensive rebound to go with it.
Good pressure from the Trojans. Close to a 5-second call, and good pressure here from the Trojans. Sean Wilson's running right with them.
UMO trying to pick the pace of play up, but Ferrum.
Good D by Matt Kirby. They'll get it right back. Drive, it's going to be an open 3. Leaves it short. Offensive rebound. A lot of contact. They're going to say it's going to stay with the Panthers. A lot of contact there, and Trojans lucky that corner 3 didn't fall.
Well, I mean, they played a good defensive sequence, did UMO, on that scenario, but got out-rebounded not once but twice on that whole exchange and gets a fresh 20 on the shot clock.
Trojans just have to start rebounding, and Trojans are speeding this up offensively, and it's going their way, but when they try to, this Panthers team, very disciplined. When they get sped up offensively, they slow it back down. See the Trojans trying to pressure them and make them make mistakes. Good spin and almost gets the foul too. It's going to be Rivera.
Perez picks up his second foul for UMO. Mount Olive doing some good things here in the second half, but Ferrum has taken a couple of punches, if you will, put it in boxing vernacular. Trojans came out and answered the bell in the second half with pretty good fight, but Ferrum has taken some punches and been able to give a couple of them right back.
Trojans have landed their punches here in this almost about second half of the second half, but the Trojans are a couple punches away from getting in this game where if it goes to official decision in boxing terms, that they won't have this game. So as that clock winds out, they're running out of time. So the Trojans have the game in a narrower deficit, but they have to take advantage and start pouncing and can't just let the lead go back up to 12 before they cut it back to 8 again. Zach Grant wants them to slow it down as Micah Jones came pumping the gas up the floor. Sanava almost turns the basketball over. McLam will heat check it. Won't go. Not necessarily the shot you want there. McLam came off a screen and made his last 3 threes, and Anava two-handsy there.
Third personal foul on Christian Ananaba. Both teams now with 6 personal fouls and will be shooting 1-and-1 on the next couple of fouls.
Trojans have to be less handsy now. Like you said, shooting 1-and-1s from here on out. Trojans bring a double there, and they're going to take McLam out, and who's going to score now? You saw McLam score 9 for the Trojans. That's just a wide open 3. Misses, and a lot of contact. They dive on the floor. Credit the Panthers there. Have just been out rebounding and out hustling the Trojans. Anava, good defense there. Will go to the Trojans.
Yeah, ball fell right on the line, out of bounds. So it was a good hustle, a good exchange, but some valuable seconds went off the clock. Not a whole lot happening in favor for the University of Mount Olive and all that, but they're still just only down 8 points here in this one with 9:56 to go.
Now you see Matt Kirby come back in, and now this lineup is a little bit more centered. You saw Micah Jones is put in some good minutes, and Micah Jones plays really hard. Credit to him. It doesn't really show it in the score sheet. He only has 2 points today. Actually has 3 points. Made a free throw as well. Trojans have to get rolling offensively because Ferrum can set up it offensively too. It's not just a defensive game. As it's Alston. Just named Freshman of the Month, and he took too many steps. His foot kind of slipped there and just took too many.
Yeah, his mind knew what he wanted to do, but clearly his feet were a half a step behind his mind. And that created the travel violation. But again, freshman trying to make something happen down there. I'm okay with it.
Something for the Trojans. They have 20 points off of the turnovers of Ferrum. I haven't really noticed it because of the mistakes that Mount Olive has made to make this them be down 8, but Ferrum has turned the ball over and the Trojans have capitalized. Ferrum has work to do.
Ferrum has been very disciplined today on the offensive set. They've been able to work the shot clock down more times than not to single digits.
And that's just unfortunate there for the Trojans. You see Christian Ananava just trying to tip it up, and it goes right to the Panther for the bucket, and the lead's back to double digits. Perez slips again. Turnover for the Trojans. Slippery floor kind of haunts the Trojans. Trojan bench wants to travel. Ferrum will reset it. Another open three. They get one to go. Gerren Jones. Timeout, Ferrum.
22 points for Gerren Jones, having himself a ball game. Mount Olive takes 2 steps forward, but they get pushed 3 steps back. That's kind of the way this game has been here in the second half. Trojans doing some nice things, but Ferrum really up to the challenge here.
And Ferrum has been able to score at a bunch of different levels. You look at Diaby, 16, Ferris, 14, Rivera, 12, and of course Jones, 22. That's 4 guys in double figures. While the Trojans don't really have that. They have Vic Lamb, who's been scoring well, and he's out of the game now, and Trojans have allowed way too many open threes, and that's something you typically don't see out of the Trojan defense. When the Trojan defense allows this many points, it's usually the trap has failed or big men inside, but just open looks have killed the Trojans, and they're lucky for it only to be a 13-point game.
Ferrum has 15 offensive rebounds, and they've gotten 17 second chance points. And that is, to me, the glaring number in this basketball game. It's been the difference. The offensive glass for the Ferrum Panthers, they've done an outstanding job there.
And it's hard to win a game when it's numbers like that. And you talk about uneven numbers. I mean, that's one-sided as it gets. Good pass from Matt Kirby, and better defense the other end from Rivera getting the block.
That's the 6th block of the season, leads the team in blocks. Does Alfredo Abel Rivera.
Here's Rodrigo Farias. At this point, you're kind of looking for that knockout punch. It's a 13-point game, 8 minutes remaining. Shot clock winding down. They're going to get it to Rivera. His jumper is good. Rivera, good night will continue.
And that's just salt in the wound. You work the shot clock down to 4 seconds and still able to score the basketball.
Good pass from Perez, and Ananava thought about the three, won't take it. Perez will take it, though. His three, no good. Good rebound from Javion Alston. So he'll try to get a mismatch, and he'll get the foul call, though.
It's a great effort by the freshman there. Missed a shot, followed his own shot, and he's going to get fouled in the exchange.
And we're going to have our under 8 timeout. Trojans running out of time, down 15. Adam Hill, Alex Hayden on the call. We'll be right back.
Family Owned Dealership, our rule is the golden rule. We treat you the way you'd want to be treated, with respect. So come see us today.
Here at Matthews Motors.
At Matthews Motors.
At Matthews Motors.
At Matthews Motors.
The walking man and the woman's friend.
We're back here. 7:46 left in the second half. Trojans trying to avoid yet another loss. Season's been kind of lopsided, Alex, so far.
It has. UMO, they've played good basketball this year. They're 4-4 on the season, 1-0 in Conference Carolinas play. When you welcome Ferrum College in, who's 1-5 on the season, they've lost 3 in a row. You almost get the sense, did Mount Olive kind of overlook this team just a bit coming into this ball game, and Ferrum's making them pay. Still 7:46 to go, and the Trojans can score points in a hurry. So I would never count Mount Olive out of the basketball game, but you got to wonder, did they overlook Ferrum just a bit coming into this?
And that's so easy to do, right? I mean, the new kids on the block coming in a conference that, you know, you've been in for a while, and at this point, and, you know, Ferrum, you're like wondering how big of an impact, especially you see at the Division II level, a new team coming in through the conference, not usually the biggest dogs in the conference, as they say, and, you know, they come in here and at 1-5, and they just ran the game they want to, and Trojans have a chance to cut this lead in half, but need to do it quickly.
They do, and it's got to start on the defensive side. They've got to play solid defense. And even though they work the shot clock down to single digits more times than not, and again this time on the possession, they can't allow Ferrum to get easy buckets.
It gets a good look, will fall out. Trojans able to corral that defensive rebound, and that's what the Trojans have to do if they want to come back in this game. When they force them down in the shot clock, you have to make sure you grab the rebound. Kirby to his left, thought about it. Gives it back to Alston.
Again, good defense by the Panthers.
Alston trying to get to a spot, gets the contact and the foul. Javion Alston gets a chance to make it a three-point play.
Foul's going to be on Diaby. That's his second.
Alston now has 10 points in his first game back in 3 weeks. 6 for 6 from the free throw line tonight. Team makes it in. That's good. Lead is at 10. Under 7 minutes to go. Trojans need to get stops. And they're going to say it's going to remain with the Panthers. Good defensive intensity there from Christian Ananaba.
It has been. He's been a bit of a spark plug here for this team.
McLam guarding Jones. Jones, hard take to the basket. We'll get the foul. Will be on McLam.
Be the first on McLam.
Now, Gerren Jones, who's been really good from the free throw line all year and in this game, who's 7 for 7 tonight, has 22 points, and now we'll have a chance for 2 more.
I misspoke on Diaby, by the way. He's got 4 personal fouls, so with 16 points in the game, he's on the bench with 4 personal fouls.
Diaby's been huge, and obviously in a game where it's more than capable to come back, you want him on the floor, as Jones will make him 8 for 8 from the free throw line, and that's what you look for your stars, being able to get the done at the charity stripe.
Still has another one still to go. 6:39 to go in this game. Still a long way to play.
Will make the second one. 9 for 9 on the night. 24 points for Gerren Jones. 6:30 remaining. Alston gives it to Brown. Brown, step back, mid-range jumper, front of iron. Rebound by Farias. As the Panthers will most definitely run it down as Jones almost gets the steal. Jones a 3, won't go. We're going to call
It's a great box out by Shane Peterson, and he got fouled in the process, trying to fight through it with Sterling Charles and picked up the personal foul. But Shane Peterson, a nice job, fundamental box out.
Absolutely. Peterson has a smaller body in the paint, able to get his hands on it and get fouled in the process. Now some free throws that are pretty important at this point in the game. Peterson, fresh off his 1,000th point about a week and a half ago. the senior, will make the first free throw. Peterson has been quite quiet tonight.
Yeah, he has. He's got 4 points in the game, 2 of them from free throws.
Still will be at 4. Goes 1 for 2. Lead at 11 for the Panthers.
As good a three-point shooter as Shane Peterson is, not very good from the free throw line traditionally.
He really does, as they're going to say that they're going to call it backcourt. They're going to say it hit him in the knee before it went off court. So a much-needed stop there from the Trojans as Peterson will inbound.
An interesting exchange. Sophomore Rodrigo Farias telling his coach, I can't get the ball to him. They're trying to get the ball to someone else, and he keeps telling them, I can't. If I'm a coach, I don't like anybody telling me you can't.
Absolutely not. Brown finds Peterson. A three is good. Shane Peterson gets one to go. Cut the lead to 8. Trojans bring heavy pressure. Trojans don't want to foul here. They bring the double. He mishandles it. And that's going to leave a man wide open in the corner. Too long. Rebound Austin.
Travel.
They're going to call a travel.
He was falling down after the rebound. He's not even arguing, and Coach Zach Grant's mad about it, but the player himself made the rebound. Started to fall down, tried to dribble it, and lost control of it and rolled around on his back. I mean, it's the right call by the official.
Absolutely. I think Zach Grant was trying to say that there was contact made, and we're going to have a timeout call with 5:15 to go. Trojans have the lead at 8, but need more work to do.
Celebrating 6 years in a row being named Great Place to Work by Fortune 500 and over 35 years in the business, Atlantic Casualty Insurance Company is a growing local business with office locations in Arizona, North Carolina, Connecticut, and Virginia. We are able to retain the best talent to offer innovative solutions, great service, and technology. When you are with us, you are with family.
Welcome back to Trojan basketball. Trojans down 8, 5:15 remaining. After the traveling violation called on Javion Alston, had the Trojans able to push to cut the lead from 08, and they get it in under the basket. A late call there, but probably the right one could be on. See who they called on. Rivera will go to the line.
Shane Peterson, that'll be his 4th.
A guy that can shoot the three very well, so especially in a 10-point game when they might need, threes, a huge fourth call, and see if McLam will come and take him out. Peterson walking back to the table like he knows he's coming out.
So before the free throws, the official's going to come to the scorer's table and have a quick conversation. They're going to run the game clock. They're going to take 2.5 seconds off the game clock and put the shot clock back at its normal 30 seconds. So now 5:11 to go in this one.
Don't see them really mess with the game clock too much in this level at Conference Carolina, especially not since we do not have replay review here. And it goes in and out.
It's only the second missed free throw of the game for the Panthers.
It's going to be Anaba coming out now and McLam coming in. Peterson's going to stay in with 4 fouls. As the second free throw to come. Made the second one. 1 of 2 at the line. Trojans down 9. Alston, Kirby, Brown, Peterson, and McLam are the 5 for the Trojans.
UMO can get the lead down to 7 or 8, and that's about it.
Kirby rushed it. Really good rebound from Christopher Brown. Gets contact, no call. And this is really the first time we're seeing Ferrum push the pace, and they slow it back up. Not the shot there from Matt Kirby. They'll give it up. Pass it up to open 3. Good defense there from Kirby.
Again, down into single digits on the shot clock. Nice patience by the Panthers.
Only 5 seconds now. Lots of contact. Leaves it long. Good rebound from Javian Alston. Lead is at 9. Kirby will push it. Kirby, lots of contact. Gets the foul call, too. That's going to be on number 10, Sterling Charles. His third. Now, how will the Trojans approach defensively? Down 9. Have a chance to cut it to 7. Have to start getting stops now. Every possession is crucial here with 4:21 to play. And Kirby's first is no good. Kirby, a really good free throw shooter this year, but doesn't get the first one to go. Kirby's shooting at 86% from the line.
50 of 59 on the year now for Matt Kirby.
Makes the second one, cutting the lead to 8.
First point of the second half for Matt Kirby.
Credit the Trojans, been able to get it going without Matt Kirby really getting going. But Matt Kirby tends to show up later in games. Really can take ability and get to the line. A lot of contact. They'll give it up. Ferris passes it to Rivera. So pass it up for an open look. 12 on the shot clock. They drive. Gets the hook. Too long. Rebound Trojans. Under 4 to go. Kirby. Skip pass. Peterson. Another one. Brown the corner 3. The lefty. Short. Trojans fight for the rebound. They get it. McLam a corner 3. Won't go. Tip from Peterson. Good fight for it from the Trojans as Brown was on the ground and turned the ball over. Good work there from the Trojans. Offensively to get another look. Just can't get it go. Peterson gets the steal. Throws it to McLam. McLam to Brown. Double clutch layup is good. Lead coast gets cut down to 6 for the Trojans. Good defensive effort here. You don't want to foul here.
See if Ferrum can maintain their discipline on the offensive half-court set here.
Media timeout to come. 3 to go. The drive. Leaves it long. Can the Trojans grab a rebound? No. They're going to call a foul. And that's going to take us to our under 4 timeout. Trojans have cut the lead to 6. But is it too late? We have 2 minutes and 53 seconds of game time to figure it out. Adam Hill, Alex Hayden, and we'll be right back.
University is the product of its people and a reflection of its history, vision, mission, and values. Although the University of Mount Olive has grown and evolved a great deal since our founding in 1951, our defining Christian principles and focus on educating a well-rounded student remain steadfast. UMO's emphasis on this personalized, values-based learning, grounded in the liberal arts tradition, has elevated us as a leading private college in North Carolina. We offer a wide variety of majors, minors, and concentrations at the undergraduate and graduate level in a traditional daytime format, as well as 100% online for adult students. Transformational experiences also occur outside the classroom in student organizations, internships, weekly chapel services, and our highly competitive NCAA Division II athletic teams. Our commitments to our students and our mission are unwavering. We are proud to call the University of Mount Olive home. It truly is a great day to be a Trojan.
Shooting 2 free throws for Ferrum University. I believe it's going to be, looks like it's going to be Rivera. Going to the line is 7 for 8 today.
15 points in the game. He averages 16 a contest.
He misses the first. Every free throw is so big in a game like this. He's 7 for 9 now, and his second is no good. Missed them both. Rebound by the Trojans. Down 6. 2 big missed free throws there. It's going to be a
bench warning against the University of Mount Olive. It came from the corner. A couple of the players that aren't even dressed running their mouth down there, and they get warned.
Yeah, Trojans, you definitely don't want anything like that to happen, especially in a game where you're trying to come back. Don't want to get a technical. As Matt Kirby will set up, 2:45 left. Trojans will look to get something going. Matt Kirby looking for a man. It's going to be Alston. His three is good. Javion Alston cuts the lead to 3, a huge shot. 2:33 to go. Big shot from the freshman.
And Zach Grant calls timeout immediately. That'll leave he with just 1 in his back pocket. So both teams just 1 timeout remaining here with 2:33 still to go.
And now we can look at earlier in this game when you talked about if Zach Grant should use that timeout. 2:33 to go in a game where it got up to, I believe, 16 was the largest lead of the game for the Panthers.
But to Coach Grant's credit, both timeouts, this one and that one in the first half, he called right after his team made a big 3-point basket. So he's consistent in with what he wants to do and the strategy he employs.
Also think Zach Grant really likes to mix and match with his defensive looks. When he needs to stop, he likes guys like Sean Wilson in the game, and that's who he's going to have in the game. I believe it's going to be Wilson, Alston, Kirby, Perez, and McLand. That's going to be the 5. And credit to the Panthers, they've been running their guys the whole game, and they've looked good, and they've done good doing it now. Do they have any energy left to close this game out in a 3-point game? Trojans finally have got some life in this crowd.
Fouls are going to come into play, and free throw shooting is going to win this game for one of these two teams. As highly contested as all the rebounds are becoming now, that's where a majority of the fouls are being called by these officials.
It's going to be Charles, Farias, Jones, Diaby, and Rivera. That's the 5 for the Panthers. They'll give it to Jones. He's been the hot hand throughout this game. He's getting double teamed there. Good job at Troy. They're going to try a 3. It's good. Huge 3. Sterling Charles knocks a big one down.
His third 3-pointer of the game.
Kirby will try to respond. Big contact, gets the basket to go. Lead is at 4.
11 points now for Matt Kirby. Only a second bucket of the second half.
Like this press here from the Trojans. They split it. And the Panthers are going to do as they've done all game, is look for their shot, settle it down, and look for the Panthers to maybe try to get to the rim here. 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
Backdoor cuts have been there most of the evening.
Jones, jumper. Long. Rebound, Perez. It's going to be Matt Kirby here. Less than 90 seconds to go. Perez, a 3. Leaves it long. Not necessarily the look you want there, but I respect Perez from taking it. He knocks those down sometimes and just not falling there.
It was an open look.
That's an opener look. Diaby with the dunk. Make it a 6-point game.
1 minute to play in this one.
Alston will drive. Spins. Gets the contact. Gets the layup to go. Timeout, Zach Grant. That's his last one. 55 seconds remaining, and Zach Grant used his last timeout. So
it's a 4-point game. Trojans trail And you got an opportunity to set something up defensively here. If you're Ferrum, you've seen just about every type of pressure that could be thrown at you this entire ball game. And Ferrum, for the most part, has handled it exceptionally well. But that was then. This is now with 55 seconds to play, and you're nursing a 4-point game.
Yeah, interesting to see, especially because the Trojans don't bring in a different lineup. It's going to be the same lineup that was just in. And so not a defensive player change, but we may see something different lined up in the press. And 4-point game, 55 seconds to go, and Trojans have had their moments. They had a chance to cut it within one.
They can't sub Christopher Brown. It was after the horn sounded. You have to get the sub in before the first horn on a timeout.
Yeah.
Zach Grant and his team the bench was too late getting Christopher Brown to the bench.
So McLam will stay in. If you're the Trojans, you don't foul just yet. You try to play this out. So controlled are the Panthers, and they've been so good today at just keeping the ball at their pace and not turning it over. Jones takes a shot early in the shot clock, gets it to go. That's a lot of confidence you got to have in a guy to let him take a shot that early in the shot clock. Up 4. Kirby goes behind his back, pulls up, leaves it short. Rebound Alston. Lots of contact, rips it away. They're going to call a foul.
It's not a bad foul if you're Ferrum. Gives you the opportunity to kind of slow down, catch your breath, and reset. Ferrum's in a good spot here with 25 seconds to play, up 6 points.
Absolutely. Now Trojans have no timeouts left as well. And now in a 6-point game, you really just have to foul and, don't have a lot. You don't have any, there's not going to be any time on the shot clock. Alston makes his first as now Christopher Brown's able to check in for Jefferson McLam.
17 points on the evening for Javion Alston, the freshman having a nice game.
Conference Carolina's freshman of the month in limited action, but he makes both of them as Amirius Hunt gets checks back in, the freshman. We saw him a lot in that first half. Feels like we haven't seen him as much in this second half. Got in some foul trouble in that first half and back in the game now from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Transfer from Milwaukee School of Languages.
Both teams are going to be in the double bonus on the fouls, too. So UMO, if they choose to foul.
Wonder why they're waiting. You got to go now. Oh, and a late call, and Raul Perez can't believe it.
Official was right on top of it and saw something different, and the foul's going to be on Perez, his third, and we'll go to the other end to shoot free throws.
Even when it's the right call, you just still hate hearing that whistle blown, even a tad late. When you see that ball free and you think for a second in your head that no foul's going to be called, even if it's the right call, and obviously you want the officials to make that call, but you hear that whistle blown late, it just breaks your heart. First free throw is good from Sterling Charles. A good night Sterling Charles to put together off the bench.
10 points for Charles. He is the 5th player for Ferrum College to go into double digits in scoring.
Charles will shoot another one and make it. 6-point lead. No timeouts for the Trojans. They got to roll. Under 20. Alston takes the drive, gets contact, and the foul.
That's a really bad defensive play when you got a 6-point lead and 15 seconds to play. The last thing in the world you need is to commit a foul like that. That should be number 5 on Diaby, by the way.
Yeah, getting Diaby taken out in this game, especially if we do happen to have extra basketball, is huge. And now gives Alston a big free throw here. Now the Trojans can try to force a turnover before they have to foul.
You got a chance to cut the lead to 3 if you're Mount Olive. If you're Ferrum, you're sick to your stomach on the foul. Let him score 2. You still have a 2-possession lead. That's just not good basketball awareness.
All relies on the free throw. Alston drills it. What a night from the freshman in his return.
21 points for Alston.
Good defense here on the inbound. They're going to call a foul on Perez. They're going to call it off the ball, and
that's a confident call by the official as well.
For a second, I think the Trojan bench thought it was an offensive foul, and now Zach Grant Jones is such a good free throw shooter, too. Not a great guy to get to the line. And obviously, Perez, I didn't want to do that there. And he'll shoot 2 in the double bonus. Makes his first a 2-possession game now.
27 points for Gerren Jones.
Another good night for him, the leading scorer of this Ferrum team. And this Ferrum team is very good, and it's going to be interesting to look down in conference play as we get into these later months in January and later December to see how they fare against teams like Barton. They fared well tonight against Mount Olive. Kirby drives, gets the contact, no call. Can the Trojans get the offensive rebound? They will with 5.1 on the clock. And if you're Ferrum, you just wait for that final buzzer to sound. Obviously, don't want to foul here. And this clock's Alston. His 3 won't go, and that's going to do it. Ferrum University comes in to Carnegie this Saturday afternoon and plays their hearts out in a 1-5 team, Alex. They look like they're one of the top teams in the conference.
They dictated the pace of play from the opening tip, working every single offensive possession for the most part down to single digits in the shot clock. Rarely did they pull the